That's me. Stop. Hold up. PMG.
Hey everybody, it's Benji, better known as Moiciara, and today's video, y'all already know, is another Ready to Love review. The reunion, these videos are like real new, they real current. So today is Saturday. This video will be out tonight, and y'all should be getting the other. I got 2 more videos to make after this one. So y'all be definitely getting them tomorrow and Monday, because as some of you guys may or may not know, if y'all Ready to Love fans, and y'all know that the new season is coming out this Friday. They not wasting no time this go round. Nephew Tommy them, they not playing with us. They coming straight out with the next video, main video, whatever. The next season, like right away. Y'all, as y'all can see, I'm real bare. I don't have any makeup on. Some of my eyebrows to be redone. I try to let them grow in. So I'm probably gonna give them probably about another week, like February, the first week in February. Then I'm gonna go get them, waxed. And my hair is all natural underneath this bonnet. But I thought this bonnet is cute because it's a Keisha Cole bonnet. Go to your local beauty supply store and pick her up, because this is cute. It would stay down, but my hair is like so flat underneath here, but it ain't staying down. But anyway, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, share this video with anyone, everyone who, likes watching reviews, and definitely about love, because y'all know this is like a love channel. I eat, I have hot topics. I do have a cat. That's why, if y'all notice, like I have a little fur on me, and it's hard to get cat fur off of you. And definitely if he ain't black, because he ain't black. But anyway, yes, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all that stuff. Y'all know the drill. All the stuff will be right there on in the description bar below. But anyway, let's get into this review for Ready to Love, and this is episodes 10 and 11. So as I left off in my previous review, if you haven't, go watch that one. Please do so. It'll be greatly appreciated, because we're trying to help this channel grow. Like, my goal this year is to be monetized. Like, I've been playing, so I want this to be monetized, because it's time for it to be on a whole nother platform. We need to be doing bigger and better things this year. So anyway, Camille decided to leave with Cornelia, so we'll see at the reunion how strong their connection is. Lily, I watched the reunion. I hope you guys have too. But we're taking things one step at a time. I got Shiloh and Phil have a moment where they're playing the questions game. When they was at the I believe they were still at the little resort they had went to for the weekend. Oh yeah, they was at the resort for the weekend. So they were doing that. And I put Phil's holding out bothers me, because I feel like, I don't know, like clearly you could tell that it was some stuff going on with him and Shiloh's connection, because by Shiloh being what is it, y'all? Being like I don't want to say relationship coach, but like I'm gonna say a love doctor, because I can't think of exactly the words that I want to use. So I'm gonna say a love doctor. I feel like maybe he probably felt like she was analyzing him, but I mean, she's a woman who knows what she wants. I love Shiloh down, baby. I feel like they didn't. She wasn't. I will say this: she wasn't at the reunion. If you watched the reunion, you probably already know this. I'm sure she had her reasons for not showing up. I don't blame her. But anyway, if y'all follow her on social media, I'm sure you probably keep up with what was going on and what happened, and stuff like that. Because most of the cast, they have been going live and speaking on, the show like most people do. They go live now after the show, or have a watch party after, and, talk about what was done, how did editing make them look this way. Y'all know how that go, and stuff like that. I got Dante and Aisha have a date. Dante being forward is what I like because he's staking his claim. Like, it's nothing more attractive than a man stepping up and letting you know that he wants to pursue you and only you. And even if not only you, but he's still making an initiative to make it known that he wants to be with you. He ain't trying to be out here dipping into doing it with everybody else, but he wants to be interested in you. And I love that. Dante and Aisha, I can't really see nothing really going wrong with their relationship besides maybe communication. Usually, what something that usually destroys a lot of relationships. But from all the makings from the outside, like they're both very attractive people. They already have kids and things like that. Like she's been married, he's never been married. So it's like I'm rooting for them. I love them together. I'm so glad that um yeah, I'm pacing myself because I'm going too far. And y'all know I am, so I gotta catch me. Um, I got Moomin and Frank have a date, but he also said Sydney is still his top, and I believe at this particular time period, like Frank was still wrapped up in the fact that how him and Sydney both lived the first, like a a nightlife or whatever. So it was easy for him to kind of like go with that instead of breaking down all those walls with Mumin. Because I really felt like him and Mumin was a better match. I feel like with him and Sydney, it's like Sydney's so bubbly, so it's kind of like hard to kind of like decipher exactly what's really there between them, like the chemistry between them. Because I feel like I want to say something, but I'm gonna try to wait. Hopefully, I remember and come back to it. Cause yeah. Anyway. Do 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 do. Oh right. So Frank and Mumi went on a date. And he had got the golf ball from their first date, and he had it engraved with the date and stuff like that. Like that, stuff like that is not just a gift. It's not just symbolism of something, but it took effort because he could have just brought the golf ball like, oh, I had this, and we wouldn't know where that golf ball came from. He could have just had that from anywhere. But for him to bring particularly that one, that's what I'm talking about. That's how you do. That's how you step up to the plate. That's what I'm talking about. Like, women want men who can be, you know, caring and giving, but not like you have to force them into doing it. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like, it's some other words in my head. That's why I'm like, stumbling over myself. But nonetheless, women want men who can just genuinely do without you feeling like you had the pressure. You had to like kind of put any heat behind them. They just did it because it's something they really wanted to do. Love that for them. I got Dante had a date with Zadia. So they they was back from the trip. My bad. It was back from the trip. Right. Let me clear it up. And Zadia was okay. I don't know if I spoke specifically about this, but Zadia really wasn't feeling Dante out when they were on the trip because she felt like he wasn't really giving her no attention and stuff like that. But personally, I felt like she was so wrapped up under Naeem that I don't really feel like she was affected by that, but I could be wrong. It's just the way the camera made or the show made it look. It seemed like she was more interested in pursuing Naeem during that last little wind down time versus she was with Dante. But I could be wrong, y'all. I don't know. Leave it in the comments if y'all feel otherwise, because y'all know we all have different opinions and different viewpoints. But nonetheless, please, I love engagement. I don't mind talking in the comments. Y'all should know this by now. I always heart and love everything. So yeah, if it's something that I like, let me correct that. If it's something I like. But all engagement is good engagement. I got Dante have a date with Zadia and it's not going too good. Zadia claims Dante abandoned him on a little weekend getaway when the couples were all out there. I got exactly what I just said. Zadia knows she was glued to Naeem. And I felt like she was trying to guilt trip Dante for showing Aisha more attention and her not getting as much or whatever. And he mentioned something about how like she should have came with him when they ride out there, but instead she rode with Cornelius and Camille and stuff. So it was just like, I don't know, y'all. Okay, all right. And she asked him, who did he choose? And of course, he said he chose Aisha. Why did he say that? Baby girl got up. She leaves. We was sure she was down. She was like exit scene, stage right. But instead, she came back. She wasn't done. She felt like she had to say some things. She said she had to say some things. Zadia, she came back. She said Dante mishandled her, and she calls him a fraud and a fake. And I ain't like that she called him that, because Dante seemed like a pretty stand-up guy. I mean, I get it. Like, when your emotions are high and, like, she was all in his face. She was tapping his nose. And they were claiming, like, it was a red flag. And I understood what they were saying. Like, I get it. But I don't want to make no excuses for her, how she behaved. But I just feel like a lot of times when we do like someone, we do connect with them on a certain level where we feel like that they shouldn't like not forewarn us. Like, nobody likes to feel blindsided. And I could tell Zadia was feeling blindsided by what Dante was saying or whatever. I know she was feeling blindsided. That's why she reacted the way she did. Like, she probably said some shit, just out of anger. But, and even if it was true, I don't know. But I just feel like she felt like she was blindsided. The way this conversation was going, and it was triggering for her. I got Walter and Sabrina going on a date. I like them together. And I'm going to wait to go any further about that particular, because I want to make sure I bring that up later when I get closer to talking about the other review. I said, I like them together. She tells her story about her past of dancing, because she said she was a dancer back in the day, honey. She said she was out here zipping and doing it. Or whatever, and she turned, I'm gonna say she turned water into wine, darling. She turned water into wine, meaning, like, she went and did what she had to do, and, she's doing her thing. Like, stripping isn't as taboo as it used to be, like, in the earlier years, the 80s, the 90s, early 2000s, it was like, oh my gosh, she's a stripper. She must be out here, giving her goodies to everybody. But, no, you could say, like, what I like the most about Sabrina is the fact that I could tell that that woman has been through some things. And I love that, because it's nothing like seeing a woman on TV who's been through some things, and like she wants something that's honest and real. And that's the thing I feel like what Walter was lacking the most, is like, I don't know, like I'm not gonna say Walter wasn't looking for love, but I just don't think he was ready to commit to the process. I just really don't. Like, I feel like he wanted, I already said in the previous review, like, I feel like Walter's, he's a cat daddy. So I feel like he wanted that cat daddy energy. Like, he just wanted, the ladies. Like, he just gives very much lady man see. So I feel like he just wanted the ladies. Period. That's all I can really say. And she says the communication between them still is off. Like, she feel like she's always trying to communicate with him, pursue him. She was saying, like, how the communication is off, and she pretty much said that the whole entire time, those last few episodes on the show. I got Phil and Sydney. They had like this little surprise date, and they went to go work out. And I put in my notes, it says Phil still seems like he hasn't made up his mind. And I personally feel like he hadn't made up his mind yet. But during this date in particular, I felt like his mind was made up with Sydney, period. I felt like he was, with Shiloh, he was just treading, lightly and trying to see where he sees something else. But I just feel like Sydney just fitted what he really wanted. I'm no bullshit. Like, I feel like Sydney really fitted what he really wanted. And I think it's sexual energy between Phil and Sydney. I pretty much just said that. I got the guys deliberated with nephew Tommy, and they let them know their connections, who their connections are with, and boom, boom, boom. And then as Dante was talking about the issue with Zadia, Naeem, he wasn't phased because he's like, she's never acted that way towards him. And goes back to what I was saying. Like, I just personally felt like I didn't get a sense of brotherhood this season at all like I did last season. I don't know. Like, I mean, the guys probably are cool, but I don't know. Last season, it just really seemed like they had a real like brotherly connection outside of the show. I could be wrong. I don't know these people, but that's just personally how it read off on screen. But this season, like everybody out for themselves. They want their girl. They want to go home. I don't know if it was because of COVID, everything was hiding, but I just personally feel like they were just like in that headspace where they just was like, you know, we just want to get this process on and over with. Let me see. What else I got in here? Walter and Mumi have a conversation, and I'm trying to figure out what I was writing right here. I got Walter and Mumi was having a conversation, and Zadie and Phil had a conversation. Oh, right. These were the ladies that was in the bottom. And Walter and Mumi, they had their last conversation, pretty much basically how she felt about how he was acting in versus her towards Sabrina and shit like that. That's pretty much that. And Phil was talking to Zadia. My bad. What? Right, okay, I know I was right. Phil was talking to Zadia about, you know, everything that was going on. Zadia decided to, she didn't decide. They sent her home. And as things progress, because the episode wasn't over with, Naeem talks with nephew Tommy, and he tells him that he was number 2 over Dante, and he decided to leave as well. So pretty much that particular scene, like, because what you call it said she was his Dante was his number 1. Zadia had said Dante was her number 1. When she was arguing with them, you know, having her words with him inside the restaurant. But you know, nephew Tommy was trying to get him to Naeem to realize, like, is it possible that you could have been number 2 and you're willing to accept this or nah? Like, that's pretty much what it was given. Like, he wanted clarity on, you know, how he was going to be moving. He said no, he didn't feel like he was number 2. So that was pretty much that on that. So then we got the whole Meet the Parents episode. So I got Sydney takes Phil to meet her parents. I love Sydney's parents. They looked very spicy. And in the confessional, Phil was talking about how he's not there with Shiloh. And I said, which is confusing because it's like the energy that he was given, I don't know. It's like, that's why I was saying, like, I personally feel like he knew that he wanted to be with Sydney, but he didn't know how to go about making those moves with Sydney to, you know, to no longer be interested or show interest in Shiloh, or what have you. He didn't know how to do that. Sydney mom asked him, did he have a savings account? Child, I fell out. I was like, no, this woman didn't ask him, did he have some money in the bank? Shorty, what you think? I was like, oh, all right. And she was like, Mom, you know, and she like, hey, he like, you know, but he stood his ground about it. One thing, Phil has been in a lot of particularly hot positions this particular season. And like a man, he stayed, he rose above the occasion. So I there's nothing but love and respect there. I got Sydney is smitten, but I'm still worried about Phil because I personally just didn't know like where he was going. Like, was he leaning to the left or was he leaning to the right? Aisha took Dante to meet her family. And Dante said he feels like this is the real thing because, you know, of course, her family was asking, you know, like, pretty much, is this more than just the cameras and, you know, junk? Like, is it really going to be what it's supposed to be once everything is said and done? And he personally said, yeah, like, he feel like, you know, she's the one. And I mean, I don't think none of us could disagree with that. I personally feel like we all could see that. So love that for them. Um, Mumine had Frank meet her family. And it was so cute because her Mumin's daddy got emotional, y'all, as she was talking about, this whole process. Now he didn't. I don't think daddy quite understood exactly everything was going on. I guess he thought she was just, uh, I guess he thought like she had found the one, and this was kind of like close to like the next chapter of her being engaged and getting married. She was like, "No, daddy, like it's another guy too." But it was funny though because he got emotional. It was really sweet. Um. I put Mumi and Frank. They both share African background. And I think Frank is much better pick for Mumi, which I already said. I feel like both by them both having African backgrounds. It's like he even said it. He was like, African parents can be a lot tougher or what have you. So, and they want African children to have African babies, which we all know, like they want to kind of keep the culture within the culture. So, yes. I got Shiloh and Phil had an argument. And they're meeting up with Tommy to figure out what's going on. So, they supposed to have been out this particular night. And they were drinking and they decided to have a conversation. And she was pretty much asking Phil, like, am I the girl? Like, am I going to be the one that you want to be with? And he still was acting like he didn't want to make a decision. Now, at this point, we're pretty much winding down. So, deep down, and boom, boom, pat, 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 boom, boom, pat, pat your heart, whether or not this girl is somebody that you're going to leave with at the end of this process. So, I hate that they got into this moment or heat of passion or whatever. So, as they was arguing, things got escalated. She was trying to leave, and he said she had went down this alley, and he said it was like 5 o'clock in the morning, something like that. It was real late. And he picked her up. When she said, she just needed some time and space, he picked her up. And, and she just didn't like that. She didn't appreciate that. And she kind of elaborated, like, on her background and stated pretty much, why that was. Because she's like, I don't want you to ever feel like you can put your hands on me. And not the fact that he was being abusive. It wasn't that. She just said, like, at that moment, she just felt unsafe. And, yeah, things happen. That's all I can say. He apologized. I felt like he didn't, that's the thing. Like, a lot of times, men don't feel like they're doing things wrong because it's not affecting them. So, like, by him picking her up, he thought it was more of a safety thing versus him actually, doing emotional harm to her due to what she's been through. And I felt like Phil wasn't allowing that to click. He wasn't allowing that. He wasn't thinking that way. He probably like, oh, she's being dramatic. Like she's probably like acting out because of me not giving her the answer that she wants or what have you. But it was deeper than that for her, and she wanted to express that. And I don't feel like he handled her with care when she expressed herself to him. I know that was a little long, y'all, but I kind of wanted to break that down because it was a very deep moment or what have you. So, let me see. And then I got in here. So with him making his decision as far as him picking Sydney over Shiloh, I said I honestly think Phil and Sydney have had sex, and that's what made him make up his mind. And he didn't want Shiloh to be aware of that fact. I think that's what it was. Like, I can't really sugarcoat it and say nothing else. Not saying that he didn't like Sydney, but I also feel like sex played a factor into it because I'm sure Shiloh probably wasn't just, giving out her goodies or whatever. And not trying to portray Sydney in no type of light, but she probably felt like she had a stronger connection with him and she wanted to test the waters. And like adults, we do adult things, and they did adult things. Boom. I got Sydney invites Frank over to meet her sister. Frank admits to having feelings for Mumin as well as well. Sydney's sister says she's not completely sold on Frank, and she pretty much was just saying like, due to them having, the whole nightlife thing in common, that hold on here, that Phil probably would have been a better choice. I believe that's what she said. Don't quote me out. I think so. Mm. So Sabrina takes Walk to meet her cousin. She wasn't physically there. They had her on the screen and shit, because they said Sabrina said she had recently had a child or what have you. I got Sabrina as the baddie because y'all know I love Sabrina. Watch my previous reviews. Y'all can see that. And her cousin said he seems like a good guy. So lastly but not least, Shiloh decided to leave because she didn't want to be there no more, because that was her strongest connection. Phil was her strongest connection, and she just wanted to leave. But I broke it down and says, after the incident with Phil, she didn't feel comfortable with Phil meeting her family. The ladies were having a talk, and that's pretty much it. Tommy decided not to have any eliminations after Shiloh and Phil had their conversation. She goes into depth about her past, which I spoke about. She was triggered, like I said, about Phil. And Phil should have listened, understood, and validated. Boom. What she said and respected that and consoled her, versus trying to be the macho man and protect her. And I get, he was like, oh, the particular part in DC where they was at, it's not the safest and things like that. But sometimes you just have to allow nature to take its course. And I get he was trying to be a protector because that's just, his nature. But sometimes being a protector doesn't necessarily make a person feel protected. So boom. Phil says that they aren't a match, which is crazy due to this incident. I think they was a match at a particular point in time, like early on, but it's something like something happened, I think personally, for Phil, and he shut down. And once Sydney leaned in, he leaned in too, and filled his cup. She filled his cup. She filled his cup. He filled her cup. What else I got here? And Shiloh decided to leave the situation with Phil. So that's pretty much it for episodes 10 and 11. I'm gonna do, hold on, y'all. The season finale. I'm gonna do the hold on. The season finale, the reunion, and the reunion is all together. Like, I'm gonna do all that together because that's just like one shebang. I don't want the videos to be literally almost 30 minutes, because the video is literally almost 30 minutes. But I know I needed to talk about some things a little bit more specific. So please bear with me. I know a lot of times y'all gonna be like, these long ass videos, and definitely me, because I'm still like, I don't want to say a new YouTuber because I'm not a new YouTuber, but I'm gonna say I'm new to kind of like talking about things, reviews anyway, because I want y'all to kind of like understand. I want y'all to feel like y'all kind of watching the show with me, but y'all not. Like, we on the phone, we talking, yeah, girl, this will happen, you seen that, like, this supposed to be that type of connection we have. So I want it to be like that. So with that being said, you guys, please just stay tuned for the next Ready to Love review. It will be up as soon as this one is up and all that good stuff. And all I can say is thank you guys. I appreciate it so much.